Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Russell Cup Playoffs. Round 2, Game 1. Tons of history between these two teams playing here tonight and beating in this second round the Temiscaming Titans and the Bradford Rattlers. Sit back and enjoy. It's a loud one here in the BWG. You can hear it all throughout the arena now. The opening faceoff can be won by Jesper Eriksson. A relay pass and a breakaway here. Jesper Eriksson, and he got the glass on the rising shot. Puck was bobbling away for Ndisa Lane, so we can work it back over for the play of Jericho Mongrain. His centering pass got out to the neutral zone, working to be calmly played over by Tyler Baxter, and he can whip it over to Tanner Skripnik's way. Skripnik, a lead pass, he takes it, hits center, and dumps in. Starting goaltenders for tonight's contest for the Bradford Rattlers, no surprise. Number 1, Oliver Balaj. As you see, 2 players going down back behind the starting goalie of the Temiscaming Titans. That is number 31, Eloy Bouchard. Tanner Skripnik, this first line's been on for quite a while, and we have a penalty upcoming, an interference call on Danila Filipov. And if you're the Bradford Rattlers, this is the first game of the playoffs. The Temiscaming Titans have played a round. They beat the West Nipissing Lynx in round 1. Temiscaming is fresh. They have played playoff games. The Rattlers may be a little rusty. Temiscaming definitely with an early jump so far. As you see, a nice keeping made by Hardy. We couldn't get it. 2-on-1 shorthanded. That's Levitsky with Musi. Levitsky back over for Musi, but a nice read made by Emili Lavallee. Brandon Mitchell can reach up to that pass, and Rhodes-Goff can get it through center. A chance here, shorthanded. Stephen Levitsky by Hardy. Levitsky scores! Stephen Levitsky is first of the playoffs, shorthanded nonetheless, and the Bradford Rattlers are off and running, not even a minute 20 into this contest. Stephen Levitsky led the team in points and in goals. And when you need a big goal, you look for your top players, and that's exactly what the Rattlers look for here. Levitsky able to use his speed. After the 2-on-1 with Sven Musi didn't work, Levitsky makes no mistake on the back end. And a breakaway chance here for Eriksson. His shot got the glass and went up on high. May have been partially blocked by Thomas LaForge. As you hear JR Jordan Richardson, PA announcer here for the Bradford Rattlers, announce the shorthanded goal by Stephen Levitsky, getting a pretty good rise from everyone here at the BWG here in Bradford to take on this Saturday night on ice. Used to saying Sunday, an unusual Saturday 8:30 start here from Bradford. Again, the Bradford Rattlers got a bye in round 1, so they awaited the winner of Temiscaming and West Nipissing. A nice move there made by LaForge. He comes in on Balaj, and his shot screamed wide. Collides with Daniel Suda. LaForge in a battle there, but the puck finally escapes through Fortier. And skating on after it is Gadel Kismatulin. Kismatulin, a stretch pass. It's LaForge. Curls through center and back to Kismatulin. Trying to get by Rhodes-Goff. He does so here to the blue line. A quick shot, a redirection on goal by Hardy. And LaForge can beat it into the corner. He's pressured off there, and Skripnik turns and fires, but not out. Lavallee touches up from the blue line, and we're going to get a slashing penalty. So the Bradford Rattlers are able to survive that power play, which only had, shorthanded chance for only 35 more seconds, as it's now 4-on-4. You're looking at William Daniel Burns over to Daniel Suda through the blue line. He'll go D to the captain, Julian McCarthy. He'll play catch with Daniel Suda. He'll snap it on goal, and it just goes wide. McCarthy looking to pinch in from the blue line. He got there first from Hardy. Lavallee overskated it, so he'll start back from behind his own net. Lavallee stretch pass, a nice knife away there by Daniel Suda. Allowed that puck to go right to Julian McCarthy's corner. Has Hardy all over him, and so he'll just play it down the length of the ice, with icing being waved off by the nearest official. Filipov's out of the box. We have a power play for the Bradford Rattlers for 1:20. Aerial lift down the length of the ice. Balazs can swat it right to the goal scorer, Steven Levitsky. Levitsky through Eriksson. Eriksson made a long dish for Rodin, rather. He can gain the zone with Levitsky with him. Able to use him here. Levitsky to the blue line. Jesper Eriksson. His shot scores! Jesper Eriksson. It's a power play goal for the Bradford Rattlers, and they are off to a hot start. 2-0 over the Temiscaming Titans with 16:50 to go in this first period. And a timeout has been called by Temiscaming. What a start by Team Green here in the BWG. Gotta admit, when they came down to that early penalty against by the Bradford Rattlers, kind of got you thinking, oh no, you're kind of getting flashbacks to playoff series before for Temiscaming. Anytime they seem to play the Bradford Rattlers in previous years, it was always the hot, quick starts by Temiscaming that kind of slowed down the Bradford Rattlers in years prior, but now it's the Rattlers with a hot and early start here in this game one. We await the center zone draw. Trifonov pulled it back. Maxime Lavoie unable to win the face-off and getting decked back behind the play and getting cross-checked from behind also was Almanen. Bunch of bodies going down on this shift right now. That could easily have been 2 penalties going both ways, rather, as Trifonov looking to locate that puck. It's broken up by Doyle. Doyle tried to get an aerial lift off the glass, and he found his man, Gadel Kismatulin. Balazs will come back to his goal to chip it away for Almanen and Lucas Waugh. Can skate it through center. He's able just to dump it in and head off on a change. Alvin Malm is all over Kismatulin. You see him there, 14 in the white, make a drop pass to Lavallee. Lavallee able to get that puck away from Levitsky and just chipping it in somewhat down into the zone was Ivan Kozlenko. Ryan St. John's off the boards as far as center. Lavallee. Puck escaped over him off of some good forecheck by Steven Levitsky. Ethan Hardy returned it, broken up by Castagnano. Very crafty player, number 15 in green. You see him, the puck handler now. Chris Castagnano will bank it off the boards to Ryan St. John at the blue line. He'll get a look deflected on goal, and it's kicked down by Bouchard. 2 players beaten to the corner boards. It's Baxter from the blue line. His shot blocked in front. Oliver Lafreniere able to backhand it across. And skating it to it is Brandon Mitchell, and a penalty on Tyler Baxter. Or pardon me, that is Ryan St. John, the guilty party for the Bradford Rattlers. So that's the second penalty in about 5 minutes of playing time for the Bradford Rattlers. Yeah, you have the 2-0 lead, but you got to stay disciplined as this Temiscaming team possesses various weapons that can burn you, especially on the man advantage. Levitsky did get one shorthanded, but you know Temiscaming after that timeout are going to have a game plan and get everyone all settled in for tonight's contest. Titans play catch with it now in the high slot. LaForge whipping one towards the cage, and Balazs may have got a piece of that one to steer into the corner. Filipov having a hard time trying to settle down that puck, and he's finally able to do so, and he sends that puck down the length of the ice. So Ryan St. John in the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. That allows the Titans to have their second power play opportunity of this contest. Kismatulin made a pass to LaForge. LaForge got by Daniel Suda. Filipov is right there to beat him with a one-handed stick play, and juggling out of the air was Balazs, and that allows the Rattlers to clear the penalty. Clear more time off the penalty, I should say. Kismatulin made a move at center. He skates through, and then he's stood up by Sven Musi. Possession still to the Titans. It's Levitsky on the backhand. Couldn't clear it. Hardy's all over him, or checked out LaForge, rather. A pair of 14s battling away there. Mongrain kept the zone alive, but right to the play of Sven Musi up the rush. Sven Musi trying to jump away from Jericho Mongrain, and meeting into the corner is Fortin. Fortin allowing for Mongrain, broken up. Levitsky stashed it across for Musi. Couldn't get a trigger pull in time. Interception there, and it's Nathan Hardy. You're looking at him now, 86 in white, lost the handle, and lost his stick as well. Christopher Fonfon, who seems to always score against the Bradford Rattlers, has the puck now, 21 in white. He's after that puck now, and gets leveled there by Levitsky. And I worry that might be the end of the night for Steven Levitsky as he makes a shot block there as Musi touches it up. And Sven Musi is going to get called, or check that Steven Levitsky called for elbowing on Christopher Fonfon. And from our vantage point up here, that did not look good. And by good, I mean clean. Steven Levitsky, we love you, but... oh... After all that, the Temiscaming Titans have a 5-on-3 power play. Steven Levitsky assessed a 5-minute major for elbowing. If there's ever a chance to climb back into this contest, it's right now. You see a nice defensive play made by Eriksson. Saw Maxim Lavoie just trying to settle that puck down to Lavallee. His shot in and out of the glove of Balazs, and Eriksson just trying to golf swing that puck out of the zone. Couldn't do so. Hardy tied up on the boards. Puck comes out of the zone. Ryan St. John out of the box. So a power play for the Temiscaming Titans that will last 4 minutes and 25 seconds. They can score as many goals as they want. No time will be shed off the clock. They will be shorthanded for 5 minutes. The Bradford Rattlers will. You see Kozlenko trying to dish a pass to the blue line. Lavallee centering feed. Thomas Lafleur trying to saucer it right through, but a nice block there by Suda. Suda glides in with his man Lemaire, and that puck finally gets out of the zone and down the length of the ice for the Bradford Rattlers. Look at a line change on. 12:35 remaining in this first period. You're looking at Thomas Lafleur trying to get by Baxter, and Rodin's able to get that puck down the length of the ice. Good clear by Jakob. Lavallee, number 77 in white, who seems to have been out there for this entire power play. And I mean, why not? Look at him go here, trying to get by Di Tommaso on a sharp angle bid, kicked away by Balazs. Hardy just trying to spear fork it away, but a nice clear made by Oliver and Malm, and the puck goes on goal to Eloy Bouchard. He'll drop it for Thomas Laforge. Titans need to get more shots on goal to Oliver Balazs. They're doing a good job setting up. It's just getting those shots through the seam and on goal. Lavoie in the corner to play it. Lavallee tried to kick it with his skate to keep it in, but he couldn't do so. Jericho Mongrain over to Fortier. Fortier gains the zone. Stretch pass from the blue line. Picking it up now is Kismatulin. Kismatulin back down low. You're looking at Lemaire. He made a centering pass to the blue line over, going D to D. Now it's Mongrain. His shot was blocked by Malm. Mongrain left it for his man. He regathers it, swings it across over to Kismatulin. His centering pass is blocked by Baxter, and he can get that puck down the length of the ice, and they will get 4 new players on. The Rattlers will. 11:05 remaining in the period. 2:20 to go in the Titans power play. Again, it was a 5-minute major for Steven Levitsky for elbowing. McCarthy tried to step up. It's Hardy. Nathan Hardy thought about the shot, didn't take it. Julian McCarthy after that puck, but it's broken away by Kozlenko. Gets slapped back around, and Skripnik in a race with LaValle. Those two take a physical bump into the boards. Nico Gregoire will gain into the zone, lost it, but Brandon Mitchell's able to keep the puck in the zone. Another shorthanded breakaway. It's Jakob Rodin. He's in. He scores! There's been 3 goals scored in this period. None of them have been even strength. 2 shorthanded goals and 1 power play goal for the Bradford Rattlers. First of the playoffs, Jakob Rodin. Mongrain hard, stretch pass looking for LaForge, but he couldn't reach it. Danila Filipov curls it along the glass, and it gets out of the zone, escaped away from Mongrain. Thomas LaForge, native of Quebec. He's able to spring in through, trying to get by Filipov, but just kind of skated into a maze of Rattler players. Mongrain snapped it on goal. It was kicked aside by Balazs with the glove. Corner boards battle. Suda's in there as well. LaForge trying to bank it in, and Balazs had to be tightened up to that post to make that save and a cover. With 9 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in this first period. 55 seconds of power play time to work with for the Temiscaming Titans, and they have just surrendered another shorthanded goal against. Face-off win by the Titans. Di Tommaso flipped it over to the blue line, but it's kept in by Fortier. Snapshot on goal. Good read by Oliver Balazs. He kicked out that right pad just in the nick of time to flex it up and out of play, as I was labeled to go posting in. As you see, Lavoie getting into a bit of a mix-up there with Rodskov. Rodskov never shy of those confrontations. Never afraid to get himself in the middle of a scuffle in front of the net. As you can see, Rodskov cleared that puck down the length of the ice. Good clear by Pavel. Alternate captain who wears number 7 in green. Good reception there by LaForge. A drop pass. Mongrain got a shot away, but it was deflected up by Rodin, up and out of play. Quite the hot start for the playoff opener for the Bradford Rattlers, and what better way to do it here at home in Bradford at the Bradford West School and Barrie Arena, the BWG, you can hear us call it from time to time. Off the face-off bomb, Di Tommaso out of the zone. Levitsky stands up in the penalty box. He has 15 seconds more to wait. Still have yet to see Christopher Fonfon return to the play after taking that elbow to the head by Levitsky. Di Tommaso pinning his man on the boards. LaValle got over to Doyle. We are 5-on-5 now. Doyle, a shot blocked in front. And a chance here, maybe on a 3-on-1. Castrignano with Malman, Levitsky. Castrignano, LaValle going down to dive, but he still has it as Castrignano. To the blue line to Tyler Baxter. He'll get a trigger pull, but it's blocked by Falardo into the corner. LaValle pinching in as Ryan St. John. He did a good job there. Levitsky got it away from Lavoie. Trying to escape around the much taller Emile LaValle. Couldn't quite do so, and a chance now for the Titans. It's Doyle, the defenseman, joining the rush. Doyle had a stick tied up there by Tyler Baxter, had a stick slashed out of his hands, and that's going to be a penalty on the Temiscaming Titans. Bradford Rattlers with 2 shorthanded goals in the contest. Now a chance to make it 2 power play goals in the contest. As you see Massimo Doyle make his way to the penalty box. Second power play opportunity for the Bradford Rattlers. It comes with 8:07 to go in this first period. A face-off win by the Rattlers, and they have possession. Eriksson to Levitsky. Thought about the shot. Now he will. Got sticked aside. Rodin may got a tip on it. Sven Musi can flex it back the opposite way to Steven Levitsky. Levitsky looks over the seam and got over to Eriksson. He and Levitsky play catch, a centering pass for Musi, back down low, looking for a redirect, but the Rattlers with some good pressure here, but nothing happening so far. Saucer pass looking for Musi. It just hopped over his stick, and now a chance short-handed now. Gadil Kismatulin joining the rushes. Gregoire, pardon me, that was Fortier rather, just overskated it. Steven Levitsky with 120. He got that pass from Eriksson. Levitsky hit the blue line and slaps it back in. Musi will leave it. Eriksson kept it alive. Steven Levitsky, a half slap shot looking for a redirect. He got it, but it just wasn't on target. Burns, backhand dish. It's 14 and green. Levitsky sauces a pass over for Eriksson. Eriksson, his shot. Try to replicate how we scored on the last power play for the Bradford Rattlers. Bouchard reading that one. Musi a shot, and that was a good square-up save made by Bouchard. Rodin, the puck handler. He'll whip it towards the goal, hit a projectile in front, and out to the play of Sven Musi. Musi a comp pass. Levitsky, a hurry shot there. Rodin trying to knock it out of the air, couldn't do so. And the Titans are fortunately able to clear for them. Balazs directing traffic as he got that puck over to Eriksson. The bank pass, Castellano turns on a dime, and he comes back. Castellano gets planted there by Hardy. Tanner Skripnik, the Rattlers with possession in the zone. Backhand dish to Oliver and Malm. Backhander to DiDamasso. He'll go D to D to Filipov. Filipov will let one go. He scores! Danila Filipov. It's a power play goal for the Bradford Rattlers, and they lead 4-0 over the Temiscaming Titans. And that's the end of the night for Eloy Bouchard. He gets pulled. Emmanuel Pepin, number 39 for the Temiscaming Titans, makes his way into the contest. And the Bradford Rattlers have just chased arguably one of the best goalies in the GMHL, and Eloy Bouchard. Sometimes it's just not your night. And for the Temiscaming Titans, it has been no one's night so far. It's UC number 21 in white, Christopher Fonfon, back onto the ice. That is a great sign to see. Not for the Rattlers, because he always scores. He always scores against the Rattlers. I don't get it. Fonfon can whip it into the corner. Julian McCarthy looking for Rutkowski, picked off by Fonfon. He'll shoot and get a grade A chance on goal before Balazs can block it into the corner. Julian McCarthy, Pavel Rodskov, aerial dump, try to flag it down was Burns. They're going to say he got a tip on it, so icing will be waved off. Doyle over to Lavallee, a flutter pass up into the zone, but possession still to the Titans. Maxence Lemaire had that puck through the corner. It escapes by Lavallee, and Titans got to tag up. Julian McCarthy, a hard pass, broken up by LaForge. LaForge, a drop pass. Christopher Fonfon back to LaForge, a backhander, and what a stop by Balazs, but it's in. Thomas LaForge gets the Temiscaming Titans on the board. That play was set up by guess who? Christopher Fonfon. Let's see how the Bradford Rattlers can respond. As you see, Rodin in a good deflection to knock that puck down by Eriksson. Got on goal, a good read, alert read there by Pepin. Villardo had that puck into the zone, but he lost the handle. Mongrain can pitch into the zone where backstep stretch pass to Rodin. Was a goal here tonight on a beauty backhand, short-handed. That was the Rattlers' third goal of the contest. Danila Filipov getting the 4th. Chip in there by Kozlenko. Icing will be waved off. Lucas Waugh after it, 55 in green. Trying to escape it out of the zone. He has Brendan Mitchell all over him. Waugh can get it into the opposite corner. Mongrain after it first for the Titans. He got the body on Lucas Waugh. Elmanen pinching up with Falardo behind the cage. Lucas Waugh with Trifonov with him. He'll go into the corner for Elmanen. A chip up there by Mongrain. Mitchell a backhand pass, and he's able to find his man. Skating up the wing now is Gadel Kismatul, and a drop this to Fortier. Met with a bump there by Elmanen. Got it to the corner where Di Tommaso can handle. Stretch pass out of the reach of Lucas Waugh, but Elmanen can pick the pocket of LaForge, and his shot just scurried on wide. Elmanen doing a good job forechecking on the Temiscaming Titans, not allowing him to get that puck out of the zone as Levitsky shielded down that breakout pass. Levitsky just trying to break out with that puck, and you see the tired group on the ice for the Titans. Rattlers were able to make a line change on the fly as you see Levitsky shoot and score! Wait a minute, I believe they are going to be waving this off. JR making the announcement. The official call is no goal. I must imagine it was the net that has come loose. And if you've watched any Rattler games in the past, you know that the nets here at the BWG tend to come loose, well, quite easily. My God, you can just think about in the playoffs, if you can remember how many big goals were disallowed by both teams that came into play in this building come the Russell Cup playoffs. How many big goals were disallowed due to the net being knocked off its peg? Oh my God. It's been a problem here for a few years. You think someone might take notice of that, but that's out of my... I ain't got to worry about that. That ain't my job. Titans are offside here prior to the zone entry. 3 minutes to go in this first period. Almost 5-1. Levitsky that close to getting his second goal of the period. So we wait the face-off to be taken just outside the Rattlers' end. Castagnano will bring that puck all the way into the corner. Doyle a pickup. Levitsky backhanded it. A good shield down there by Malm. Trying to find Castagnano. Ryan St. John, he'll tee one up from the blue line, kicked out with a purpose by the netminder Pepin. Interception there, a bunch of combination passes before Oliver and Malm can slap it into the opposite corner. Castagnano shielded into the corner boards by Doyle. Oliver and Malm, the puck carrier, try to relay it over for Pavel Rodskov, but it's broken up. Brandon Mitchell, 97 in white, can relay it back down low, looking for his man Kismatul, and up for Gregoire. His shot flipped on wide. Gregoire left it for Lavallee. He'll get a trigger pull shot. Big rebound kicked out by Balazs. Levitsky picks the pocket of Lavallee. He has a chance here for a second goal. He'll just rip one wide. Sven Musi got there just in time. He got the puck staying in the zone. Levitsky, a good slick move to get around Doyle. Levitsky still after the puck before Doyle can get it over to Brandon Mitchell. McCarthy watching his every move. He punched the puck away from him, and so Tyler Baxter puts it behind his own cage with 1:30 to go. McCarthy returned it to Tyler Baxter. Hard aerial pass looking for Musi, couldn't connect, and that's going to be icing on the Bradford Rattlers. Throughout the season, how many times have I said you just don't want to force a play that's not there? And in this instance here, Tyler Baxter, unfortunately, was trying to force a play that wasn't there. Tyler Baxter, love you to death, but that's a hard pass to pull off. Hard pass to pull off. Witkowski able to get that puck out of the zone as far as center. A chip in there by Mitchell. McCarthy can glove it down. Hardy all over him. Flutter pass. Didn't get it to his intended target. Fortier brings that back in for the Titans. And a shot from the blue line handled by Balazs on the he'll elect to get a face-off coming to the left of him. A few times I've also noticed about Julian McCarthy, the captain of the Rattlers. There's been a few times in this contest in the first period where he's had a good opportunity just to get that puck out of the zone, make an easy pass. But again, it's one of those opportunities or situations rather, where you're just kind of forcing a play that's not there. You'll hear me say that all throughout the playoffs. You see Balazs make an alert save, and the puck may have been blocked en route. You hear the announcement of the final minute remaining in the period. Fonfon tied up with Daniel Suda, and that's going to be a penalty on Danielle. Not a good penalty for the Bradford Rattlers. At that instance, if there's a one-on-one battle as Suda and Fonfon were going to the corner, have someone support you there. The two guys are just kind of tied up with each other, just almost standing there, trying to use their feet to get that puck out of the zone or to their own teammate. And in that instance there, you got to have someone else supporting the puck handler as well, and always just having another guy open. And both teams are kind of caught lacking there, but unfortunately it's the Rattlers who will get nabbed with the penalty. Again, you had another support guy kind of watching and shadowing over that scene. He could just pick up that puck and the Rattlers would start back up. Or for the Titans' sake, they could regather the puck and get a quick shot on goal to Balazs, but I think they're okay with the power play here. Trying to cut the lead in half are the Temiscaming Titans. 30 seconds to go in the period. LaForge, a stretch pass. Mongrain, his shot up high on Balazs. He said no. Balazs looking to get a whistle. One of his straps have come loose, so we can see it from up here. His helmet isn't properly on. Castagnano is just going to tie up his man. Danila Filipov get that puck into the Rattlers bench. Look out there. Look out, David Mooney. This will allow Oliver Balazs to fix his paraphernalia in goal. The period will conclude in 10 seconds. Titans will begin the second period if they don't score here on the power play. They'll have a minute and 12 seconds at the beginning of the second period if they do not score here. Gregoire on the face-off and a chance here short-handed. Steven Levitsky takes a look up at the score clock and he'll just come back into his own zone. And this is how we will end the first period. Dominant 20 minutes by Team Green. They head into the second intermission, or pardon me, the first intermission to get ready for the second period, possessing a 4-1 lead over the Temiscaming Titans, who will be back for the second period of play after this. And you can see that good exchange there by Christopher Fonfon and Steven Levitsky just at center. All right, go away. Leave me alone. I'll be back. Second period set to get underway between the Rattlers and the Temiscaming Titans. Like we mentioned right before the first period came to a conclusion, the Temiscaming Titans were going to be on the power play for another minute 12, and that's what the big score clock reads above Titans goalie Emmanuel Pepin, who didn't start tonight's contest. He was pulled in the first period. Eloy Bouchard started tonight's contest before getting the gate in exchange for Pepin. Jakob Rodin, shorthanded, can just sauce that puck through center down the length of the ice, but they're going to say that puck was touched up with a high stick prior. .59 seconds to go on the power play for the Titans. This is not what they want, a defensive zone faceoff. Rodin will fake the shot and he'll just put it into the corner, but right to possession of Doyle. Doyle awaits for Lavallee to scoop in and regather that puck. He'll chip it away from Eriksson and Rodin, and he'll still chase after his dump-in. Danila Filipov lost it over through Hardy. Hardy tried to scream it back in front before Filipov can slap that puck down the length of the ice before it can be paddled away and swatted aside to Doyle. Looks over his options. He gives over to Hardy, a snap pass. Nico Gregoire, 26 in white, can dump it off the boards, and getting to it first is Fonfon, but he'll leave it over before Alfred Malm can get that puck and clear the zone again for the Rattlers. Daniel Suda out of the box now. We are 5-on-5. The Rattlers have killed it. Lavallee realizes it, so he's going to take matters into his own hands, getting that puck through center. Kozlenko getting to help him there before it's worked away as Lavoie tried to work it back on a backhand effort out of the air, can be knifed down by Balazs, and Steven Levitsky can skate it back in. Nice saucer pass bomb, a redirection by Castrignano, and it just went wide. Battle off the boards, Yorick Pepin knocked that puck up and out of play, so faceoff will stay inside the Titans' end. The Burns line with Witkowski and Sven Musi come out, Tyler Baxter and Pavel Rodskov, the defenseman on for the Bradford Rattlers. Maxim Lavoie snapped it right to Pavel Rodskov. Brassel off the boards, but not back into the zone as it was blocked by his own man Burns. Baxter touched it across over to Rodskov. At center, Burns, a pair of 22s battling at center. Burns just trying to get it away. Musi got it on the back check there, but right back to the Titans. Lavoie lost it. Burns takes it. Has to get by Pepin and Brassel defensively. He'll whip it into the corner. It's met halfway into the zone by Burns. He's pinned up by Kozlenko. Witkowski able to knife it free. Suda racing after it. He tried to keep the zone alive, but he couldn't do so. Gadale Kismatula, and his shot got the glass. May have been blocked by Rodskov on its way. Eriksson off the boards, and that's going to be icing on the Bradford Rattlers with 17:26 to go in the second period. Still a 4-1 lead for the Bradford Rattlers here in this round 2, game 1 of the Russell Cup playoffs. Lemaire off the faceoff for the Titans. It's won by the Rattlers. Burns couldn't locate that puck. Fonfon from the blue line just scorches it back into Balazs. They can paddle it down for Rodskov's play. Daniel Suda shot it into 3 players on the Titans. They were all surrounding the high slot area. Sven Musi, 12 in green. Dump-in was caught there by Doyle. Lavallee stretch pass. It's Christopher Fonfon. Fonfon is going to get around Daniel Suda. Try to whip it back in front of the net mouth. They did so successfully, but no one was there to read it in time. LaForge able to dump it to the opposite corner. Fonfon tying up with Suda. Good chance here for Lemaire. His shot kicked down by Balazs. He said no with the left pad. Almanen picks it up and might have a chance here, but quickly getting back defensively was LaForge and Lavallee. Backhander first after it. Reading the play was Danila Filipov. chipped up by LaValle, up and out of play. If you're the Temiscaming Titans, yeah, you're down by 3, but you just get 1 goal past the Bradford Rattlers, start working on your flow, get some good zone cycles going, and I think you'll be pretty good against the Rattlers here if you just keep doing that, sticking to your game plan, just keep doing what you're doing, stay focused, just try not to let your emotions get the better of you. But it's very hard to do against this Bradford Rattler team as they find all sorts of ways to frustrate the heck out of you. You can tell in the later stages of the first period, some passes were just not going in the way of the Temiscaming Titans. You can just tell by their body language that mentally they are not in it. It's been a much better period for these Temiscaming Titans. Let's see if it can result in a couple goals scored for Temiscaming. Jesper Eriksson, Brandon Mitchell all over him. Weave his way through center, chipping it in is Rodin, rather. Lafreniere lost it to Skripnik to the blue line. Filipov has a goal here tonight. Walks the line, gets away from Gregoire. Filipov, sharp angle bid over the blocker of Pepin. Puck skated through. Brandon Mitchell racing after it before Skripnik got back. As keeping at the zone, and another one. Puck bobbling on all sorts of ways, just trying to settle it down on the Rattlers. Mongrain lost the handle. A chance now for Rodin. Nice pass. Eriksson, he scores! Jesper Eriksson says, thank you so much, Jakob Rodin. Beautiful combination play on the set play from the 2-on-1. And Jesper Eriksson making no mistake. 5-1 for the Bradford Rattlers, and looking for more, and what a stop by Pepe! It's still loose, the puck is whacked away, and it winds up in Alfred Malm. And that might be the hammer that ends this hope for Temiscaming. Not only do they give up 2 goals in rapid succession, they also take a penalty. So the Bradford Rattlers get 2 quick goals and are on the man advantage. So the Rattlers have scored on the power play, shorthanded, and even strength. Let's hear the goal announcement. Add an assist to Rodin and Ryan St. John, the defenseman. Yeah, look at his first points of these playoffs. Eriksson once more on the power play. His shot shrugged aside of the shoulder of Pepin. Levitsky walking the line with a couple of head fakes around Lavoie. Jakob Rodin to his forehand, trying to squeak it through the wickets of Pepin, but he's able to close the door in time. Very unusual start here for the Bradford Rattlers on a home game on a Saturday. And at 8:30, an hour late start for the Bradford Rattlers, and it doesn't seem to have made a difference. The boys came out to play, and they have done phenomenal. Di Tommaso will take his sweet time, and he'll get a shot away looking for a redirection by Mom. Maybe if you're Di Tommaso, you have a lot of open space there. Maybe try to skate in. Maybe create some more lanes to pass into or try to get a shot on goal. But hey, Di Tommaso, never a bad play to get the puck on goal. Lemaire's able to clear for the Temiscaming Titans. Not playing tonight for the Titans. Jacob Tessier-Gagnon, Nicholas Vachon, Domino Guzzo, Emmerich Fortin, Tyler Fowler, Mitchell Stegman, and Richard Bernitz, all out of the lineup for the Temiscaming Titans. Danila Filipov hits the blue line, stops on a dime, and makes a play. Di Damaso took a hit to make a play, and so Castroniano skating after it into the corner. The Titans set up the four-man defensive box. Short-handed. That screen shot by Di Damaso went wide, and Musi picked it off the carom. Musi with Gregoire and Pepin all over him. Balazs slapping his stick onto the ice. You can hear the power play about to expire as Pepin. Not quite sure which Pepin made that stop. It was either Emmanuel Pepin or it was Yorick Pepin. One of the two made the save. Of course, Emmanuel the goaltender, Yorick the defender, number 92, who dons the white uniform here tonight. With blue and black accents if you want to get too creative. Linesman takes a spill, or pardon me, referee took a spill right at center. Of course I had to call that out. Of course I have. Hardy can flag it down at center, able to play it to Brandon Mitchell. The game has definitely slowed down quite a bit right here, and you can tell by the play. Missed chances seem to be the name of the game for the Temiscaming Titans, so there's another example. Multiple times in this contest, Titans maybe are making one too many passes, maybe kind of overthinking it. Trying to be too cute on shot selections and pass selections as well. And sometimes simple is just the best option. To get the puck off the glass and out, dump it into the corner, dump and chase, do all that. Shots from the blue line to get a rebound deflection, and yeah. Basics never hurt nobody. Let's see if the Titans can get back to basics here tonight. They are down, and they are down big. Some would even say they are down bad. Avaldi, Hardy, nice combination of passes there before Balazs can sprawl across and make that stop off Hardy. One thing you shouldn't do. The game may seem a little out of reach, but of course never say never. There's still pretty much half a game remaining to be played. But even if this game goes in favor of the Bradford Rattlers, they should not be looking ahead to anything. This is a very potent, very dangerous, very powerful Temiscaming Titan team, and they have a lot of weapons that can burn you when they're all playing on the same page. Tonight, doesn't seem like the players have been on the same page since the end of the national anthem. Balazs made a play to the captain, Julian McCarthy, aerial lift to center. That's as far as it went before it was gloved down by Presseau. LaForge back in, 18 in white. Lemaire, a pass over for Fonfon. Lucas Waugh after him, he can punch it to the corner. LaForge made a centering feed before it was intercepted by Elmanen. Elmanen with McCarthy and Waugh, but Waugh just offside. May have been pushed offside as there was a little gathering at the blue line that may have allowed Lucas Waugh. I don't know, from our vantage point, that seemed to be onside, but of course, we'll always say this, the linesmen and the referees have the best view in the house. They see a lot more than we do up here. I was going to say high above center, but in reality, we're not even that high up. Eriksson kept the zone alive. Rodin tried to make a move around his man. That's Victor Antoine Fortier. Bouder made a stretch pass off the shin pads of Hardy, and he'll skate after it. He'll be the first to get it. Puts a hip right into Dylan Di Damaso. Puck possession to the Rattlers. There are three Titans all over Eriksson. He is able to get it. I'm surprised he got it as far as he did. Good puck handling by Jesper Eriksson, who's pretty much a puck magnet at this point. Collision back behind the play between Hardy and Di Damaso. Hardy slow to get up, but Eriksson tried to feed it in front there for Rodin. But it was then picked off by Kozlenko. Two sticks are now onto the ice, and they're right beside each other. Not sure if I seen that. It looked to me one of the sticks was thrown from the bench. When the puck heads into the Titan zone, you'll see those two sticks just kind of hanging there. Oh, there they are. Kismatula passed to Mongrain, and his shot whiffed. Mongrain's definitely going to be wanting that shot opportunity back. Still 10 minutes to go in this period, and still another 20 to go in the third. I'm quite sure that some of these Titan players will have many other chances to get a grade A scoring chance on Oliver Balaj, but that's the kicker. You gotta beat Oliver Balaj, and that has been rather difficult for most teams in this league. Doyle picks it up, bombs all over him. A centering pass into the high slot area can be shielded down, and Levitsky can skate. Lavallee watching his every move. And that position there for defender Lavallee, it's key to watch the chest and not so much the puck. When the puck carrier's coming in, you look at his chest and not the puck, because if you get caught looking at the puck, the player can just blow by the sides of you in a heartbeat. So you're always looking at the chest. That big Snake Rattler logo on the front of their jersey, that's where you got to be looking when you're defending. And a chance like that is you see Levitsky cut into the forehand, and he will score. Steven Levitsky doing what only Steven Levitsky can do, pretty much putting the team on his back on that play right there. He cut in all alone on a nice backhand to forehand stash-in play over the pad of Emmanuel Pepin. 7-1 for the Bradford Rattlers here in Game 1 of this opening contest of round number 2. There's still 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second period. That's Levitsky's second. Busey at center picked it off. Adam Witkowski trying to get by Gregoire. Witkowski lost an edge. He went down. Hardy and Burns meet behind the cage. Corner possession play. Skating out is Brandon Mitchell, number 97. He's met by a check there by Baxter, closing the gap on him. Long sauce pass down the length of the ice. We have a penalty upcoming. Referee saying 86 white. That is Nathan Hardy, who will be heading off into the penalty box for the Temiscaming Titans. And in a 7-1 contest, the Bradford Rattlers are back on the power play. Run time. Power play for the Bradford Rattlers, if I didn't already say that. And it's come to the point of the contest where we have run time here from the BWG. So when the whistle sounds, the clock will not stop ticking down from 20 to 0. A lot of battling, stick work in front of the net area, protecting the crease of Emmanuel Pepin. Both goaltenders for the Titans have had a rough go of it here tonight. Levitsky to the blue line. Erickson, good patience there to outweight Kismatulin. Centering pass. It's Busey off the post. And no surprise, the net has come dislodged. Rattlers are going to get a last-minute line change on Oliver Malm. Will be taking this face off. Dylan DiTommaso lining up on forward. Oh, I see why, because Castagnino played on the other blue line, and he goes back in deep on the right side, and you can see him on that side with the puck. He just overskated it, but he can regather it. Nice pass looking for Malm. That was about a foot too high in the air. Filipov from the blue line. He has one here tonight. DiTommaso let one go. It's flexed away into the corner by Pepin. Skripnik lost the handle, and Falardo able to spring his man on the play. That was Gadale Kismatulin, met by a check by Malm. Castagnetta will take his time through center. Very shifty player he is. He got a shot away right into the breadbasket. Big Titan logo on the jersey of the Temiscaming Titans. Again, we are doing runtime, so again, when the whistle stops like we're doing right now, the score clock has not stopped ticking down from 20 to 0, so the game's obviously going to be done a little quicker. Mercy rule, you could call it, I guess. There's one thing that the Titans can take out of this contest is remember this feeling. The Temiscaming Titans are a dominant team. They are no slouch by any means. They are a very proud team with tons of success in their history, and of course playoff victories against the Bradford Rattlers as well. This team has always seemed to give the boys in green a rough time. But if you're the Titans, the one thing you take away from this contest is the feeling. This feeling that you are currently going through right now. You are down 7-1, and it's not even the third period right now. There's run time. There's a lot of people in the building here tonight. And look out here, we got some scuffles back behind the play. Asuda. And McCarthy's going to answer. McCarthy's going to challenge Mitchell here to drop them. And Doyle kind of takes a shot at McCarthy from behind. McCarthy's taking on anyone before he's kind of getting hauled down by the referee. And oh, look out here. If you're the Titans, you save this for game 2. You don't waste it on here. Sure, you can get away with a few things here and there. That's just typical playoff hockey. The boys play hard. But save this for game 2. You'll be surprised how much a blowout loss can do. Get that anger in you. You get that motivation to want more, do better, beat the team that absolutely ran you out of the building. And that's why I say for the Bradford Rattlers, do not look ahead. Sure, the game might be out of reach as the score clock continues to wind down, and you can see Mitchell and McCarthy still barking at each other in the penalty box. Kind of unfair in there. There's 2 Titans chirping at 1 Rattler in the box. Pavel Rodskov might join Joe, he was just kind of talking it over to McCarthy, maybe supplying him some piece of equipment that may have come loose during that scuffle of the clans. Hardy and Rodskov, assistant captains of their respective clubs, will now talk in front of the referee's crease. Just outside of the timekeeper's area, you see JR Jordan Richardson, PA announcer here for Bradford, hard at work. Also doing DJ duties here. All the music here in the arena is done by JR. Just a good guy he is. Just an all-around solid person. We love JR. Said it before, I would say the best voice in the GMHL, probably in history. Joe Todd is up there. You can't take anything away from Joe Todd. Joe Todd was one of the reasons how I got started with the Bradford Rattlers, and if you've been a long-time viewer of the Rattlers, you might recognize the name Joe Todd doing a few of the games with Bill Fines over the years. I've done a few games as color commentator with Joe Todd doing the play-by-play. I was only with him for about a year, but it was... Joe's a character. I think every Joe I know is a character. It's something about Joe's. My favorite player in hockey is Joe Thornton. I mean, it's just a Joe thing. Of course, I find a way in this game to somehow mention the Sharks or mention Joe Thornton. I find a way. I'm the only one with the mic here. I think I can get away with that. I like to hope. 2 minutes for roughing both sides for McCarthy and Mitchell. I thought they were I really thought they were going to drop the gloves. I really did. However, speaking of fights, you remember the last regular season game between, I believe it was the correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows, I believe it was the Bancroft Rockhounds that were here a few Sundays ago to take on the Bradford Rattlers. Georgi Trofimov, number 16, native of Tver, Russia, who's been arguably a dark horse for the Bradford Rattlers for their best offensive player, as he has been just a tremendous pickup. He's not available for tonight's contest, serving his 1-game suspension, as he did drop the gloves with a player on the Bancroft Rockhounds in the last game. Time and a place, and that's not really the time and the place. It was kind of a blowout game, too. And in the GMHL, once you get into a fight, like gloves drop, oh, yada, you do all that, it's an automatic 1-game suspension, and each time you do fight, the suspension gets doubled. That is the ruling here in the GMHL. The runtime has stopped for the moment because there's been a lot to sort out between the referees and the timekeepers here tonight, sorting out what penalty should be assessed, what players should be heading to the penalty box. And it looks like they're getting everything all sorted out right now. I see 5 Bradford Rattler players and 3 Temiscaming Titan players out on the ice right now, so that could only mean a 5-on-3 power play for the Bradford Rattlers. An unusual circumstance here. An offensive zone face-off with only 3 players on the ice for the team. I haven't seen this in a long time, if ever. To no surprise, with 5 players against 3, the Rattlers were able to win the faceoff. We are back to action. We are under 3 minutes to go in this second period. An eventful one and a dominant one, but by only one team. That is the boys in green, the Bradford Rattlers. Oliver Balazs can just tap it right to Steven Levitsky. Rodin can take it. Off the elevator pass from Levitsky. He can dish it on to Levitsky. Punches it behind for Sven Musi to skate after it. Back to Steven Levitsky. Eriksson, Levitsky. His shot redirected by Rodin. And it's a power play goal by the Bradford Rattlers. 8-1. Foot on the throttle and just never letting up. That has been the Bradford Rattlers here tonight. The start was a little, start was all right. Temiscaming with an early power play, and that gave me flashbacks to it was the year that the Rattlers played the Titans in the division finals, and the series was never actually finished due to the COVID-19 outbreak. This was it was during COVID, yeah, but I think it was maybe 4 months into COVID, so they were allowed to replay, but only for a short few select games. So the playoffs never actually concluded. I believe they did crown a champion for that season. I think they just did whoever finished at the top of the GMHL that season, whoever was still in the playoffs at that time, and at that time there were only 2. Don't know who the other teams were in the other division, but I wouldn't be surprised if the St. George Ravens were in there. They have been a powerhouse for numerous amount of years. Maybe the Niagara Whalers as well. They were a pretty good team back in the day. Kind of getting flashbacks on all the old teams. There's the Kingsville Kings, Tottenham Steam, now the Tottenham Thunder. Newtek Civics, they were supposed to be in the Rattlers division this year. Some things just couldn't get worked out, and so they were unable to play. We have 5 seconds to go in this period, and this is how the first 40 will end, as that shot by Skripnik just buzzed on wide of Pepin. After 40 minutes of play, the Rattlers 8, the Temiscaming Titans 1. We'll be back for the third period of play after this brief intermission. As you can clearly see, the third period is underway, and again, we are doing runtime here from the BWG, so when the whistle stops, score clock will continue to count down from 20 all the way to 0. Due to the rather large score that is in this game right now, and you can see it on the top left of your screen, it is 8-1. For the good guys, of course. Strained neck guarder on the ice. I believe that was Tyler Baxter, reasoning why he bolted off of the ice. Forte, that shot had eyes, looking for a redirect by Mitchell, just got over the glove and hit the high glass behind Oliver Balaj. Dylan DiTommaso, William Daniel Burns. Tanner Skripnik. Pirouette there, he dips his shoulder, he cuts it on the backhand, that can be turned away by Pepe. You're just joining us, Oliver Balaj starts in goal for the Bradford Rattlers. He has been in goal for the duration of this contest. Eli Bouchard started for the Temiscaming Titans. He was pulled in the first period in exchange for Emmanuel Pepe. Both goalies having a rough night could be an understatement. Poor night. It's just been a bad night. Not just on the goalies, but on everyone donning a white uniform tonight. Redirection there. Balaj had to be alert to make that save. Puck stays in the zone of the Bradford Rattlers. McCarthy unable to locate. From the blue line, Doyle led it ahead to Kismatulin. Lavoie got it on ahead, and it's broken up and sent back down the length of the ice. Icing is going to be the call by the back official, who's signaled icing. So once he signals icing, the nearest official or linesman closest to the puck on the opposite end has the option to agree with the initial call or wave it off. Again, time clock is winding down from 20 to 0 as we speak. McCarthy tried to shovel it out of the zone, couldn't do so. Good read and block by Suda in the passing lane, but the puck stays in the zone of the Rattlers. For a brief moment, here comes Steven Levitsky. Chris Castrignano and Oliver Malm join him. To the blue line, it's Daniel Suda. Suda whipping a shot blocked by Nico Gregoire. He has a chance here on a breakaway. Nico Gregoire one-on-one against Balaj, and he kind of overskated it and crashes right into Oliver Balaj. And Daniel Suda having none of that. Temiscaming coaching staff are screaming at the official, saying that Suda kicked him while he was down. Nico Gregoire with a great chance coming to the goal, and that's good sportsmanship there by Nico and Oliver Balaj. It was a pretty awkward collision. Nico Gregoire kind of ran himself out of real estate and deked himself and lost the puck, resulting in him going crashing into Oliver Balaj, and looks like Nico Gregoire will be picking up a goalie interference minor. Dallas LaForge in a pretty good argument right now with one of the officials. Has to settle with what he is hearing right now, and you can tell by his body language and his facial expressions he is not in agreement with what is being called so far. Head athletic trainer Devin Rapley was attending to the netminder Oliver Balaj. Oliver seems alright. He's back in his cage, and he'll take a little skate, as the referees once again in this contest will meet in the officials' crease. Nathan Hardy and Jesper Eriksson talking with the two officials. Not the linesman, because the linesman does not make the penalty calls. Operates the line. That's why it's called the linesman. So, out of all of this, smells like a power play for the Bradford Rattlers. I see 5 green jerseys and only 3-4 now as Nathan Hardy steps back onto the ice. Another power play for the Bradford Rattlers, of course. Van Musi on the draw. Nathan Hardy will meet him there. Steven Levitsky got by his man. A pass over for Musi. A touch pass. Eriksson a shot into the breadbasket of Emmanuel Pepin. And that will halt play, but not the score clock. As Emmanuel Pepin prepares for a face-off coming up to his right. Musi and Falardo on the face-off. Falardo pulled it back, but Jakob Rodin to the blue line to Levitsky into the corner for Rodin. Rodin, hard pass. That was a little too much to handle for Sven Musi, but he's back after it. Backhanded through the wickets of Falardo, able to get it to Levitsky. Another hard pass too out to handle off the stick of Musi. Maybe Levitsky puts a little less on that pass, or maybe rimming it around the boards to get it to Musi for an easy pickup, as he is a left-handed shot. Levitsky looking for the Michigan there. To the blue line, it's Eriksson. He'll let a shot go, and it's juggled and caught and held by Emmanuel Pepin. This stoppage came with 13:35 to go in the third period. And of course, the time is obviously changing as we speak right now. Alvin Malm on the face-off, lining up in front of him was Maxime Lavoie. Puck came out of the zone as Castrignano was sucked up there. Play will continue. 2-on-2 battle, two aside. An elevator pass found Oliver Malm, lost the handle, and a good forechecking ability made by Lavoie. Battle right in front of the Titans bench. That puck is slapped back into the Rattlers' end. Oliver Balaj out of his goal to settle it down for Dylan DiTommaso. This will conclude the power play as Gregoire is back out into the ice. We are 5-on-5. Hard snap pass. Castrignano knocks it down. Has Filipov and Wachowski with him. Oliver Malm on the far left. He will head off for a change in exchange for Trifonov. Trifonov will collision there with Castrignano. Out onto the ice, Lucas Waugh. Try to pick it up before LaForge can get it across to Fortier. Almanen will leave it for DiTommaso. A return pass for Waugh. Couldn't knife it down. Filipov can. Had a great goal in the latter goings of the first period. Let's see what Daniela can do here. Kind of ran himself out of real estate there before Brandon Mitchell can get it across to Hardy, and an aerial dump down the length of the ice can be touched up by LaForge. Still onside, they are going to say, but it doesn't matter as the puck has been flipped back into the Titans' end. Good reception there by LaForge on the breakout pass. Brandon Mitchell now trying to swat that down to himself, and he does so here. Can I get a sharp angle bid on goal? Didn't get much on it. That shot was blocked by St. John partially. Routine swallow up there for Oliver Balaj, who takes it and looks up at the big score clock that reads 8-1 with 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Safe to say in this contest. And a well-deserved victory this will be for the Bradford Rattlers. And a great way to start the playoffs, as, again, all teams have been playing in playoff series except the Bradford Rattlers. They were the only team in the league that got a bye into the next round. Due to the amount of teams that are in the Rattlers division, there are 7, so it is kind of hard to make up a normal seeding bracket going through 1 to 8. So the top team, Bradford Rattlers, why not you get a bye into the next round, and then it becomes 2 plays 7, and so on and so on. Meaford Knights in the other series in this North Division had a 1-0 series lead over the Ville Marie Pirates. Those two teams played today. And last time I checked, it was in the third period. It was 4-2 for the Ville Marie Pirates. And I'm sure all the Temiscaming fans in chat will probably not want to hear that city name or team name, as I'm not quite sure not too familiar with the history of the rivalry of Quebec and the GMHL. If there is one, I haven't seen an actual Ville Marie and Temiscaming game before. Titans had to settle for an offside or an icing call, and the worst of the two happened. Face-off will be coming all the way back in to the Titan zone, with Temiscaming unable to make any line changes. Icing is waved off, so Tyler Baxter can pick up that puck now with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this third period. William Daniel Burns, an elevator pass to Musi. A backhand ditch into the high slot can be broken up but kept alive by McCarthy. The captain let a shot go into the blocker of Pepe. It was loose, but an early whistle by the official. The Lafreniere line comes out for Temiscaming defensively. Rattlers will get a forward line change off himself. Trifonov against Gregoire on the defensive zone face-off win for the Titans. Trifonov being pinned up by Lafreniere. Pepin offering some support there and getting it to it first was Nico Gregoire. Gregoire took a bump there by Almanen and Waugh. Nathan Hardy, 86 in white. Comes back in, try to look for Falardo, but he overskated. Lafreniere trying to intercept Almanen en route to the puck, and he did so successfully, but the captain McCarthy for the Rattlers is after it, number 5 in green. He'll walk his way in, try to get around York Pepin. Trifonov met by a check there. McCarthy still kind of being held up there by Pepin. Those two in a pretty good battle. McCarthy bails out and heads back defensively. Icing will be waved off. Kind of surprising. I just think the referee just kind of wants the play to continue. Levitsky, a stutter step, Castrignano. Back over for Oliver and Malm. Couldn't get a shot away. LaForge trying to deke his way around Daniel Suda. He's having none of that. A giveaway there. It's Oliver and Malm leaving it to Levitsky. Castrignano, his shot, big rebound. Oliver and Malm just overskated it. 3-on-2 developing for Temiscaming, but Brandon Mitchell was offside. Neutral zone face-off win for the Rattlers. It's Skripnik tried to get over for Eriksson, and if he did so there, it could have been a 2-on-1. Rodin tried to sashay it into the high slot area, couldn't do so. That's broken up by Fortier, and a chance now for Rodin if he can locate it, but that puck was just not working to his advantage. Kozlenko, pass foiled. Skripnik brings it in from the blue line. He's stood up by Mongrain. Maxim Lavoie skates in. Gizmatulin try to relay it back over for Kozlenko. 6 minutes remain in this third period. Jakob Rodin kind of, again, that puck just not settling for Jakob Rodin in this third period. He's had a tremendous game here tonight. A few goals and a few assists for number 91 in green. This third period, honestly, for both teams, a whole lot of nothing has been going on. Filipov from the face-off win got it to Almanen. He then got it to Trifonov before Massimo Doyle can regather to Lavallee. Turnaround pass through Doyle. Now Lavallee 77 in white. He'll hustle his way through center and then into the Rattler zone in deep. Filipov trying to angle him off. Lucas Waugh did so as well. Trifonov all over Pepin. Fluttered away to Almanen. He'll hit center and dump in. Didn't get it as far as he wanted, and so Gregoire can play the bank pass to Doyle. A pass through ahead, it's Nico Gregoire. Getting by Danila Filipov, Ryan St. John after he can slap it the opposite way. Farrell Manin can meet Hardy at the blue line. Aerial lift all the way to center, glove down by LaValle. Icing is now called on the Temiscaming Titans with 4:20 to go in this third period. William Daniel Burns is all over LaValle there, so he had to turn on a dime and start things over again, but now Musi will do the same. Doyle the pick up there, Burns touches up, and it's going to be a penalty coming to the Bradford Rattlers. Looks like Sven Musi will be the one, or check that, it's going to be Temiscaming. Getting a penalty here, LaValle will sit for slashing. Power play is underway. Good start with an offensive zone faceoff. DiDamasso hounded there by Gregoire. Filipov, Castagnano, shot blocked. Swatted out of the air and cleared. Good hand-eye coordination by Thomas LaForge. Levitsky weaving his way through center on the power play with stood up. Levitsky took a return pass from Filipov. Oliver and Malm heads to the goal. Levitsky working on his hat trick bid here tonight. I mean, take your time. That killed off a solid 15 seconds of game time. Not bad. Doesn't really matter if the Rattlers do score on this power play. The game is already way out of reach. Filipov at the blue line. Levitsky. Filipov play catch and fit. Shot by Levitsky kind of fell while taking the shot. Didn't get much on it, so it scorched wide. Let's see what he can do with it again. Levitsky being hogged down there. That was Jericho Mongrain. Good job shorthanded. Trifonov, he got a pass through. Filipov. His sharp angle bid read and held by Pepin. JR tells us a minute left in the third period and also this contest, and there's been quite a hush that has come over the BWG right now as this game has been pretty much over since, you could say, the first period. LaValle steps out of the box. We are now 5-on-5, and he calmly glides his way to the bench. Kismatulin held down by Suda. Good pass interception there by Trifonov. 14 to go. Witkowski almost got stood up by Mongrain. The whistle sounds, and this is how we will end Game 1 of the second round matchup between the Temiscaming Titans and the Bradford Rattlers. Bradford takes Game 1 by a score of 8-1. Rattlers come out onto the ice to congratulate their heroic netminder in tonight's contest, Oliver Balaj, who was terrific once again here tonight for Team Green. So the Bradford Rattlers will head off, and so will we. So for Nick Stella and the Bradford Rattlers organization, we bid you all a good hockey night for now.